Hello everybody, Namaste. Welcome to yet another episode of Kumbh Mela Diaries Mohanji Village Highlights. Are you considering to come to Kumbh Mela? Or have you decided to come to Kumbh Mela and would like to maximize your stay? Well, for both of these, today's episode will help you to get maximum amount of information on what you should consider and what are the things you should keep in mind when you are taking this decision. So I have with me Mr. Rajesh Kamath, who is going to take us through some tips as well as some suggestions which will help to maximize your stay, whether it be at Mohanji Village or whether it be any part of Kumbh Mela. Welcome, Rajesh.
Thank you, Sangam. Thank you for having me here.
So, as a first step, Rajesh, let's say I'm preparing for Kumbh Mela, I'm making up my mind. So, what all should I be considering?
So the very first thing is you should consider to come to the Kumbh Mela because I feel that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's happening, this particular Kumbh Mela edition is happening in once in 144 years. It's happening in this powerful place of Prayagraj, which is one of the places where the drops of nectar fell. And the second thing is this is happening in the presence, in the virtual or the physical presence, the energy presence of Mohanji. So I feel that this is a huge transformative environment, duration, timing and location, and everybody should definitely choose to come here. In terms of what they should do to come here is first be cognizant that there is a huge opportunity. The second thing is when you're coming here, you need to prepare for it. You need to really keep that attitude in mind, saying you're going to go to someplace big and get something big.
So, you mentioned about intensifying your practices. So, let's say I'm doing sadhana of some sort. How can Kumbh Mela help me here, or maybe how can Mohanji Village help me?
When I asked Mohanji this specific question, how do I make the most of Kumbh Mela? So he said only two things. He said chanting and dips. So chanting essentially is for connection. The chant that he suggested, Om Namah Shivaya, but if you have your own mantra, you can use that as well. But you use the entire period as much as you can to be within yourself, be silent and chant. And the second part I would feel is dips. So the entire universe is coming here and everybody is hitting the river, and the river is one place where I would really cleanse out. So one of the things I definitely feel is people should come here and take as many dips as possible. I think you should think of hundreds of dips. I mean, that's the way I look at it. It's a place where you really can, cleanse yourself fully. So dips is definitely one of the things I feel you should do.
What other activities are available in Kumbh Mela and also maybe from Mohanji Village?
So what we do here, I would explain, I would just go through the program flow at the Mohanji Village. So we wake up early in the morning by around 4:30, do our morning activities and then go to the river for a dip. So we start our dips at around 5 o'clock, and between 5 and 6 we take our dips and then take a bath and then come back. And then we have aarti at 6. So aarti I feel is a very underrated activity. I think aarti is what Mohanji says is very important for purification of ourselves. So we use the master's energy to actually purify ourselves. So typically we have aarti at 6, 12, 6 and 9. So these are the times 6, 12 and 6 are when the sun transitions. And after aarti it's followed by, we have a homa. We do homa for all the people in the Mohanji community. So we have homa, and at the same time we have Rudrabhishekam and chanting. So this is the time where we actually use our time to chant properly, start the day with chanting. And one of the other things we have, which is a paid program, is as part of the homa you can even offer a coconut. Now that's available to both people in the village as well as outside, where they can actually use that process to actually cleanse themselves. One of the main activities in the Kumbh Mela is there are a lot of pilgrims that come in. There are a lot of sadhus that come in. And one of the biggest merits of the Kumbh is to serve them in whatever capacity we can. And the thing that Mohanji talks about Seva from our perspective is serving all beings with food. And there are two activities that we do within the Mohanji village. So we have lunch that's served to the sadhus and the pilgrims by Amukar at noon. And dinner we have, again, we serve to the same set of people, which is hosted by the Mohanji Youth Club. So people in the village can actually participate in these activities, and they can go with them, and we serve food right over here. I would strongly encourage everybody who's coming to the village, either as visitors or as participants, to actually go in and serve food along with our teams over there. Because that itself gives you a huge feeling of, when you see the joy of people actually getting food. So anyone who wants to even contribute to this, both online as well as people at the village, can actually even contribute for that.
So thank you, Kamath, for that. One of the things which, as an outsider, when I come to Kumbh Mela, I'm looking for self-transformation, so can you give us a perspective of how one can do that, maybe through Mohanji Village and maybe outside?
So what we have here in Mohanji Village is we have an entire program team that has actually sat down and made a set of themes and processes around transformation. So there's the theme of abundance, there's the theme of cleansing, there's various themes. So our entire time around the Kumbh Mela is split into sort of retreats, and each of the retreats is around a certain theme. So the first leg that we did was around abundance, then there's around cleansing. So we have multiple programs throughout the day, starting from what I mentioned was the morning program to boost, which we end with an energy boost with a song and dance. And then from there on, there are various meditations, there are various processes and guided programs that happen throughout the day, which is run by Mohanji Acharya. So this is very interesting because each one of these themes takes a major part or a major issue that we are grappling with and tries to sort that out. So that's one part of it. The second thing is when we went on one of the tours with the guide, he mentioned that this is probably one of the most, what I would say, powerful places to be, because the water from the Sangam reaches this ghat first. This ghat is called the Someshwar Ghat, which actually is kind of like the mother offering oblation, Mother Ganga, which flows here with all the waters of the Yamuna and the Saraswati, coming here and offering oblations to Lord Shiva. In addition to that, as part of the village, we have guided excursions. So we have this walk around Prayagraj bits. We have walk to the Sangam sessions, where our people and guides take us around and actually show us the entire place. We also visit some of the powerful temples over here. So there's a very powerful Hanuman temple called Lete Hanuman, or the Sleeping Hanuman temple. So this thing is done by the village. It's conducted at frequent times in the week, where we actually go down and actually get a feel of not just a feel of the power spots in the area, but also the different akhadas, the different sadhus that show up here. So I think that's something that we give a flavor to everybody in the Kumbh. And the other thing is, this place by itself, like Prayagraj with the Sangam, is one of the most powerful pilgrimage spots in India. I would also suggest that everything you need is already in the village, because Mohanji's presence in the village. So anything you need spiritually, you probably don't need to go outside, but we'll take you everywhere you need to experience what you have to. So we have Varanasi, which is like the place where every Hindu should visit at least once in his lifetime. That's just a couple of hours away. Then we have the birthplace of Lord Ram, which is again a couple of hours away. Then there's Chitrakoot, which is a place where Lord Ram, Sita and Hanumanji stayed. And then we also have a proper guided tour of Prayagraj, where we take you all around Prayagraj. So these are pilgrimages that are conducted by the Gurulai team, so you can avail of that. In addition to that, one of the very interesting things that I found out last year is that shaving your head, it seems, is supposed to be one of the biggest. Say that when you shave your head, one is it's an offering of your ego, and in addition it also removes a lot of layers or unneeded layers, that does a lot of cleansing.
Okay, thank you for that. So let's say, so these are all things which for people who are physically coming here. Let's say I'm sitting at home, I have some things which are not really allowing me to come here in person. How can I still take part in Kumbh Mela?
Actually asked Mohanji this, saying that, how can we actually enable that? And then Mohanji had always encouraged us to take dips on behalf of other people. So, you take dips on behalf of your family, you take behalf of other people. I asked Mohanji, saying, is it possible for us to get people to do dips on behalf of others? So can they actually get the merit of the Kumbh wherever they are, where they don't need to actually be physically present over here? So then he agreed to that, saying that, we can enable that, because that would enable a lot of people all around the world to participate virtually in the Kumbh. So we would have priests who would take dips on your behalf, on behalf of family, lineage, whatever the way Mohanji has prescribed it. And in addition to that, I think what people can do virtually is we have Homa happening every day for our entire community. And all these options are available both for people in the village as well as online. You can have ancestral rituals done for your lineage. So in addition to that, we also have the Rudrabhishekam done every day. And actually Sangeet is one of the people who leads it. So you can have Rudrabhishekam done on behalf of you and family. And we also have, this mass chanting, which is like 1.25 lakh chants of Om Namah Shivaya. And one other thing is, you can also have something called as Tulabhar, which is we donate 108 kgs of rations to pilgrims and sadhus. There's a host of options. I just wanted to highlight to you, saying that even if you are not able to physically participate, or even if you're there at the village, please do consider all these additional options to get more out of the Kumbh.
Thank you, Rajesh, for all this explanation. I think if you are looking at Mohanji Village as a destination, we have all what you require. Again, from this discussion, you would also have got an idea of how things are spread across. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching. Please do follow us on our social media channels. And until next episode, thank you. Bye bye. Jai Mohanji.